What's up, you guys? Welcome back to WideBody Nation. Today we are talking GPS trackers, specifically the MOPAR EVTS, which is the electronic vehicle tracking service or system from MOPAR, from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and it's technically backed by GuidePoint Systems. That's like the parent company of the actual tracker, but this is both a hardware tracker that plugs into your car, and it is the monitoring service provided by GuidePoint Systems. So this is the tracker that you can buy when you buy your brand new or used MOPAR from the Dodge dealership or from the Jeep dealership, whatever it may be. Or you could also go to their parts department and potentially pick up this hardware depending on the dealership, and then go ahead and get that tracking service from GuidePoint Systems, from MOPAR EVTS. So with that being said, we also have the Carlock anti-theft device in the car as well, both the service and the device itself, and I will show you both of these on my phone on the apps to see kind of how they interact as far as with the user side of things. And also we'll talk price, we'll talk systems, we'll talk ease of install, we'll talk all of that. So with that being said, let's jump right into the car. Obviously, this video is sponsored by Destroyer1320.com. We have our theft deterrent system right here, which is a steel plate that we drew up in CAD to go ahead and design that. It is thicker steel now, and we also offer tamper-proof screws so that you guys have that extra security, so no one can come and put your car into neutral in like 2 seconds after they break in and disconnect your battery. So use my code WBN for 20% off. The price is going up on November 1st, so if you're watching this before that, go ahead and snag it before the price goes up. So, MOPAR EVTS, that is this whole monstrosity right here. We have this system right here, which is the actual like GPS transponder unit, and then it has all of this shenanigans running up around here. Obviously, this is supposed to go behind the dash. I just have it out for you guys to see. Now, if you notice, I have it daisy chained here with Carlock because I wanted to test both systems for you guys. But one thing I did not realize is that MOPAR EVTS is actually a system that you can plug into your OBD2 port. I have the OBD2 extension right here from Carlock, so I could show you guys that this is from Carlock, this is from MOPAR EVTS. This is the start, this red part is the start of the MOPAR EVTS wiring harness right here. And then it runs down. You have another OBD2 bung right here, which you could either plug a scan tool in, or a tuning computer, or your Carlock tracker. Now, this continues down to the actual GPS transponder, which is right here. So obviously the MOPAR EVTS is a much bulkier unit than the Carlock, which is literally just this. Now, there's pros and cons to that. You know, this you could hide way up in the dash. You have a ton of wiring right here. And the MOPAR EVTS actually comes with a switch, or a like a 911 thing that you can put up through your dash somewhere. You know, you can put it like right here or right here or something. I actually think that, in my opinion, putting that just gives the thieves an idea that you have a tracker, because when my vehicle was stolen, when my first Charger was stolen, the thieves realized that the cops were chasing them, and then they saw the red blinking light for the little transponder that showed them they were being tracked. And I'll actually try to get that out for you guys right here. But basically, the little 911 dial button thing actually gave it away that there, yeah, here it is. So this actually, you know, plugs in to this, and it allows you to have like this little 911 call button. But the problem is that there's a little red light on it. So if there's a thief and they don't know that you have a tracker, they do now, because they see that, you know, call button, and they see it blinking red or whatever color. I believe it's red. So I would say, to stay really incognito, you want to either hide that switch to somewhere where you could only feel it and not see it, or you just want to leave that thing not connected at all. But I know you guys are probably here for the apps. So let's start with Carlock, because a lot of people are familiar with Carlock. Here is Carlock. So we have Carlock right here. We're at the gas station, you know, just chilling. We're in this zone right now. Now, if I wanted to, I could lock the car, and that would actually, you know, that would set off the alarm if we went outside of the circle, or if we actually even just like got in or out of the car, or like shook the car, jacked it up, anything like that. Now, I'm not gonna set it off for you right now in this way. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna unplug the car lock right here. So watch what happens when I unplug it. All right, so you guys didn't hear the noise because I had it connected to my earbuds, but I'll plug it back in and you guys can see. There you go. So you can see. All right, so I shut it off there. So that is one of the things that people say about these car locks. They're like, why the heck is this even useful? Someone could just unplug it and chuck it out the window. And so it's like, yes, they could chuck it out the window, but at least you would get a really annoying notification on your phone that your car lock was, and we're gonna turn this on. There we go. At least you would get a notification that your car was in theory broken into, and you would have a starting point for your search. So we're gonna leave the car lock unplugged for now, just because I don't wanna have to do that on camera. But let's go ahead and switch over to the MOPAR EVTS, Electronic Vehicle Tracking System. So as you guys can see, we have multiple trips right here. You can select the trips on here, and it shows you kind of where you were driving and things like that. It also it'll also show you your exact location. So in this case, we're chilling here at the gas station. You also have valet mode. You have parking location, we could take a picture. You have the sensitivity where you can turn this on, and then it, like if your car is hit or jacked up or even brushed into, you know, okay, it's tweaking out right now. Okay, so you guys have seen on the phone that the apps are relatively similar. Carlock obviously gives you the pinpoint tracking, and so does MOPAR EVTS. Carlock kind of has the advantage because it sends you that really obnoxious notification regardless of if your phone is silenced, if the device is just unplugged at all. MOPAR EVTS, because the device is a lot bigger, this actually has what I call a hub battery, and you can see it's actually green right now. This has enough battery in it so that, that's what they tell me, but apparently once this is fully charged up, aka it's been on your vehicle enough where you've driven it around, it has like a 6 to 8 hour battery, so that even if you unplugged it, it would still be transmitting to the guide point systems for approximately 6 to 8 hours, even if they unplugged it from the OBD2, or you could hardwire it. So that's good. Carlock, from what I understand, does not have an internal, like a hub battery or anything, so that is not as helpful for long duration tracking, even if it is unplugged. Now, where the MOPAR EVTS kind of beats Carlock, in my opinion, is the fact that it shows you each trip. So it shows you what I call the snail trail and the A to B of each trip, with addresses, with the route and everything. Like, it shows you the legit snail trail every single trip. So like if you were using it to, like if you had a rental car company, or you were trying to track your teenager, or you were just trying to do whatever, you could see every little trip, not just where the person currently was, or if they were currently on a trip, where they came from. Carlock doesn't seem to have as long of a memory as MOPAR EVTS does. Now, let's get into price, because price is obviously a consideration for most things that we are considering buying. So Carlock is usually between 40 and 50 bucks on Amazon. If you use my code, I believe it's like WideBody Nation 10 or WBN 10. It'll be in the link below in the description, but that gets it down to about 40, 45 bucks for the hardware. Now, as far as how much it costs a year, it's about 10 bucks a month. So between 110 and 120 bucks a year, unless you get like a discount or something like that. So let's call it 50 bucks at full price. Let's call it 120 bucks a year at full price, if there's taxes or whatever. So 50 bucks for the hardware, 120 bucks a year for the subscription for the actual tracking service. Now, we'll go ahead and turn the car off for you guys. Now, the MOPAR EVTS is a little bit more complicated because many people buy it from the dealership like I did originally, and that comes with both the device and a starting membership. So I believe when I bought mine from the dealership, it was the hardware and the gold membership, which was, I believe, at least a year. And I think I paid $7.99 for it total. Now, I think I kind of got ripped off, although I did use the system. It literally recovered my first 2017 Dodge Charger Destroyer Gray Daytona. So it was, I guess, like worth it. But if you're just gonna go out straight up buy a MOPAR EVTS, I've seen these trackers, I've seen the hardware like on eBay for as low as like 200-ish bucks, like $150 to $300 if you're just gonna go buy it off like eBay. And then the yearly cost, they have all these different plans, but I recommend just getting the gold plan if you're gonna use it, because the gold plan is unlimited checks, unlimited trips, it's unlimited everything. The gold plan is like 250 bucks a year if you just do it yearly, but if you do it for a 3-year membership, I think it's like down closer to 200-ish a year. And then I did the 5-year, which is $800 for 5 years, which is 160 bucks a year. So yes, MOPAR EVTS is more expensive, but they do technically offer roadside assistance and some other things, you know, valet mode. They offer some help. There's a truck driving by, it's kind of noisy, but I would say MOPAR EVTS is one level up in a few different categories. Obviously price, but with the price comes with the hardware. It comes with the GPS puck that has a battery, at least that's what they claim, and I'll test this for you guys later by unplugging it and then seeing how long the battery goes in a future review. It has the snail trail tracking, and then they have a customer service number, and they have a $1,000 guarantee on getting your car back as well. That is not my guarantee to you guys. I'm just letting you know that's what they told me. So I would say they're just a little bit more built out, and they're obviously associated with MOPAR, with Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. So that's kind of the premium you seem to be paying. Now, in my opinion, the best way to utilize the MOPAR EVTS would be figuring out the way to hardwire it in so it is not dependent on being plugged into the OBD2 port, because I think that is what would really make it the next level of tracking, with them wiring it in. By them, I mean either you or the dealership, because if it's wired in, then it's less obvious that there's a tracker. You know, if I'm a thief, one of the first places I check is down at the, you know, I'm sitting in the driver's seat and I can check and see if there's anything plugged into the OBD2 port just by sitting here and feeling. It takes me all of 5 seconds. Whereas if it was hardwired in, you would have to be ripping the dash apart. You have to be doing all types of stuff just to have a chance at figuring out what is going on with the tracking situation. So with all that being said, I think that the Carlock situation, the Carlock anti-theft solution is not a bad place to start. I would say it is not the only anti-theft system you should have. I think you should have tinted windows, in my opinion. I think you should have wheel locks. I think you should have our Destroyer1320.com theft deterrent system to protect that neutral strap. And I think you should have a couple other things, such as the GPS tracker, whether it is the MOPAR EVTS or the Carlock, and then maybe some sort of aftermarket alarm system as well. You know, if you have 3 to 5 things working to make it a pain in the butt to steal your MOPAR or just steal your car in general, then chances are, and this is just my opinion, chances are that the thieves are just going to move on to the next one, because chances are another MOPAR is not as well protected as yours if you are taking some of our, you know, some of our feedback, some of our opinions on this channel relatively seriously. But let me know what you guys think. You know, you can check out carlock.co. Use my discount code, use my link, and you can check them out. You'll get the, you know, the 10% off and the free trial. Obviously, destroyer1320.com, code WBN is where you're going to get the most bang for your buck with our product that we developed because my car was stolen in exactly that way, by them pulling that stinking neutral strap right here that you guys can see is protected on my car. And we have the tamper-proof screws now that we're including with every order because we're always looking to improve the product for you guys. Although I do have to warn you that the price is going up on November 1st. So if you guys are lucky enough to watch this video in October of 2022, you can sneak in before that price goes up, because everybody knows that the cost of everything, the cost of doing business these days is, I'm not gonna say why, but you all know why. With that being said, I don't really have any links for you guys for MOPAR EVTS. They are kind of stingy on their pricing. The best thing I can advise to get the best deal on them is just to get the hardware for the least amount of money. Make sure it is compatible with your vehicle. Don't go buy a MOPAR EVTS for some other crazy vehicle and then have it not work on yours. And then you just call them up. You know, maybe you want to pay for the longer term subscription, so that's less money per year, but that's on you. I can't say anything bad about MOPAR EVTS because they are the reason I found one of my cars and the police recovered it so quickly. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think of these product reviews. I'm trying to bring these products to you guys. You know, I'm spending my own money here on MOPAR EVTS. You know, Carlock was nice enough to send out their tracker to me for free and provide me with the subscription just so I could show it to you guys. But you know, obviously I got this 2022 Jailbreak to test all these products for you guys as well. So I appreciate the support. I appreciate the feedback. Me and Destroyer1320.com, we appreciate all the feedback and support based off of the fitment of our product, based off of how it works, based off of how it looks. Anything you guys have to say about the product, you know, that's how we came up with tamper-proof screws. That's how we came up with a lot of things as far as that goes. So that's it for today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and I will see you guys for the next video.